Hello everyone. In this session, I would like to discuss about hosting in JavaScript. There has two types of hostings over there. One is like variable hosting, another one is like method hosting. First of all, what's hosting syntactical, how it looks like? Let me explain. First, open browser, open developer console window. Okay, just see. If you take any other programming language, generally, if you take like Java, before using any variable or before calling any method or a function, first of all, you should have to, if it is a variable, you should have to declare that variable. Otherwise, they throws an error, variable is not found like that. Before calling a method, we should have to load that method. Otherwise, it throws an error. But in JavaScript, we have some other fetching. One fetching is that means one benefit is that. So what is the benefit? First see here. I have one variable is there. I created one variable. Yeah, just call that. Yeah, it's a general. It's a general. I declared a variable. I use that variable after declaration. It's a normal. For example, think I'm not using. Okay, I'm not. This is the variable. I'm not declaring this variable. I'm not declaring this variable. I declare this variable when after using that variable. See here. Here I use that variable. After that I declare that variable. If the same statement if I write in Java, okay, first you use that variable and then you declare it, then the time it throws an error, simply the variable not defined. But in JavaScript, what happened, it doesn't throws any error. Okay, internal what it is going to do is first, if this statement is going to execute here console.log of x. The x is the variable, it's defined or not. Before this it's going to check. Before this it is not checked. If it is not checked, immediately it's not throws any exception. It check remaining statements. After that, is there any x variable is there or not? If it is not there, then that obviously it throws an error like x is not defined. Okay, after this statement somewhere my x defined, then that time here three parts are there: data type, variable name, and initialization. Here the declaration part just keep as a first executable statement in your code. Like this it's going to place. Like this it's going to place internally. Now if I put like this where x, there is no value initialized, my x value is like what, undefined. So console.log of undefined. After that my x value is like 10 or not. So here my console.log of x where x equals to 10, if I click on enter, now see my console.log value like x is like what, undefined or not. Why? Because after before this, okay, before executing this statement my x is not defined. After executing this statement my x defined. So that particular declaration part, not initialization, only declaration part, they keep like a first executable statement where x. Okay, then there is no initialization, then that time my x value is like what, undefined. So that my console.log of x is like what, undefined or not. This facility we can say like a variable hosting. By default my JavaScript take care. Same like that methods. Same like that methods. I have a method f1 I called. Okay, if I call my f1, first of all my f1 method has to load or not, but I loaded after this call. I loaded after this call like this console.log of f1 call. The same code if you write in Java, first you should have to load your function and then only you can call it. Before calling, before after calling if you declare, then the time it throws an error. Before calling only you have to load that function. Okay, but in JavaScript my f1 I called first and then I loaded, then the time it never throws any error. Okay, first it is going to check as usual already my f1 is loaded or not. If it is not loaded, it's going to check for what, it's going to check for entire your code. Somewhere it's there, then the time it's going to load first and then it's going to call. So that obviously it gives me the f1 call is the output. This scenario we can say like a method hosting. Before declaring also we can call that function, but somewhere you should have to declare. Somewhere you should have to declare, but the thing is after calling also we can define the method, not like Java or .NET. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.